How is it going, everybody? My name is JustJarrod, but you guys can just call me Jared. Welcome back to another No Man's Sky video. Waking Titan stuff has happened today. I was at work when everything was going down. We don't have tons of news, but we're going to talk about what we've got. Now, I recorded a video almost exactly like this yesterday, or 2 days ago, whenever this video goes up. So I had to re-record it because we got this new image. So, here I am. I'm not going to ramble on as much as I did in the video that you guys didn't see, because obvious reasons. I'm going to try to make it short and sweet and not talk about every single thing that I talked about in my last video about this topic. So, what I want to discuss with you guys is our player model, basically. Our player model and possible new mechanics that Waking Titan may or may not be teasing, really. So right now, if you don't know, Waking Titan is going through this whole thing with dreamers, and we gotta like collect their mind and put it back together because it's been fragmented. All that jazz. None of that is super important, but on the Waking Titan website, the Uplink Satcom website, we have T-poses of 3 dreamers, and we have another T-pose that somebody like hacked into the site and got. Doesn't matter. What does matter is that all of these T-poses are different. All of these player models are different. They have a different helmet, they have a different chest piece, they have different gloves, they seem to all have the same kind of pants except for one. And then today with Waking Titan, we got the second element, and it was kind of a broken up image, kind of what we're used to with Waking Titan at this point, of the player model. But it's concept art of a player model. People put it back together and we have 2 separate player models. Now, I think there's a reason they're showing 2 side by side rather than just one, because it is concept art. It's not like it's in game, and I think it's to show either variation, a possible loot mechanic, or a possible new upgrade crafting system. I know that's looking super far into it, but just hear me out, okay? So let's just look at the concept art, right? Look at this concept art. Nothing is really different except for the helmet. The helmet on each one's different. You've got one that's basically all white or silver, and you've got one that's orange and it's got a bit of white in it. That's it. Everything else is generally the same. I guess you could say one's like a lighter color than the other. One might be orange, one might be yellow. Different parts are like slightly colored in a different way. So maybe that's hinting at just being able to color like a lot of your character instead of just being all orange or all blue. Maybe you can color different parts to kind of really stand out. Or it's hinting at some other things that I think could be a possibility when next releases, almost like a new mechanic. So now we have words on this concept art as well, and they're kind of pointing to different things. On the exosuit, we've got like liquid frenium distribution, life support harness, heated sun visor, solar shield, and blueprint projector. Now, none of these really mean much. We can't really dive into any of them. Those are just, they basically sound like upgrades. Now, the blueprint projector is the little ball that's on our shoulder. So, what is a blueprint projector? I'm thinking what that is basically, a lot of people think this is basically how we craft things basically out of thin air. I said basically a lot there, I apologize. So right now we just craft stuff and boom, we have it. I think this is basically a means to like how that actually works. Instead of us crafting things out of thin air, that thing is what crafts it. Now I wonder if it's gonna be, like if you know Subnautica, Astroneer has a bit of it. When you're crafting something, you can actually see it being built, or you see like a scan of it or an outline of it, and then it fills in over time. Subnautica is like a scanner, and you kind of scan the thin air and it just like crafts it out of midair, but you actually see the animation of something being crafted. I wonder if that's what it's going to be like this thing is like shooting out maybe like rays of light over your shoulder, and it's crafting this thing like a 3D printer almost, just kind of midair. I think that'd be really cool if that is the case. Or it's just kind of a visual representation of how you craft things, rather than just it being magical. So there's that. All the other upgrades, all the other words don't really mean much, because they just sound like upgrades like Solar Shield. We have that in game. But why would they be pointing at upgrades that we already have? Maybe this is teasing something more. Maybe this is teasing a new upgrade or crafting system to which different upgrades that you attach or, you know, install onto your exosuit modifies what your exosuit looks like. And maybe that's why it's showing two side by side. Possibly that's what it's hinting at. A new crafting, a new upgrade system, something that's more worthwhile, something that's maybe more tailored to a certain playstyle you want to have. And I think that'd be awesome. I think, you know, as well, we know that there's variation. I think this is definitely talking about or hinting at variation and customization. I think that's definitely going to be a thing. But if we take it a step further and we look a little bit more into it, maybe, just maybe, they're talking about upgrades in crafting. So I think that'd be cool. If you get a certain upgrade and you install it into your exosuit, it actually changes how your exosuit looks in different ways. I think that would be awesome. And I think that would, you know, allow for you to tailor your gameplay to a certain aspect. Like if I just want to explore, you know, I could get upgrades specifically that help me make money from exploring or doing things like that. I think that'd be really good. I think if they do go this route as far as upgrading and crafting, we need a lot more crafting materials that are hard to find. Things that you have to search for a long time, or things that take a long time to mine, or things that have a, you know, hard chance of spawning or a rare chance of spawning. That way, crafting these upgrades is actually worth it, or not worth it, but crafting these upgrades is actually a challenge. Right now it's not. You can go and craft all the upgrades, they're not a challenge. All the materials, even though there's rare, uncommon, they're all easy to find. There's nothing hard to really grind for when it comes to upgrades. You just gotta, you know, mine some things that you can find almost anywhere. So I think with this crafting, with this upgrade system, if they kind of give us more crafting materials and make materials harder to find, that would make a lot of this progression and self-progression and character progression a lot cooler, a lot more unique, rather than right now where you just go out and just mine, you know, because you know where everything is, versus having to look, having to search for something. You know where everything is in No Man's Sky right now as far as elements go. The only thing that's rare is Omegon, because you can't find it on planets, but it's only used for one thing and it's basically pointless beyond that. So I'm thinking that would be really cool. Basically, if they have a new crafting, a new upgrade system, I think they almost need to have that because the progression loop right now is the same. It's just get more units to get more units to get more units. If you could tailor the way you play with upgrades and with crafting, and maybe if you could craft this really cool helmet or this really cool piece or a really cool tailored upgrade that gives you like stat bonuses or whatever it may be, and then maybe if they enable trading between people, which I'm assuming there will be, you can then sell that thing that you've crafted to somebody else for a set amount of units. I think that would be really cool for the economy. I think that would make, you know, building bases and building colonies together really cool. People could come buy stuff from you that you've crafted. Now this is looking super, super in depth, super deep. This, I think right now, this is I think what's going to happen is they are changing the crafting and upgrade system. I do think that the different tech you install on your exosuit will change the way it looks, and I do think there will be customization and variation as far as just changing the color and whatnot. But I think you'll be able to change the way you look via upgrades. That is what I think will be the case when next launches. What could also be the case is it's just color, you know, variation. You can change the color of your stuff, and that's what it's hinting at. Or if we want to go even farther, even farther into the whole of No Man's Sky speculation, this could be hinting at loot. So maybe they added loot to the game, because right now they're adding multiplayer, they're adding co-op. But what's the point of co-op other than it being fun? There has to be some kind of rewards, right? There has to be a reward to doing this stuff. There has to be a reward to flying in space and shooting at pirates. If you can lose your stuff, if you die, there's got to be a reward if you don't die and you win. So maybe they're doing different kinds of gear, like you can find a helmet, or maybe the rewards are new crafting materials, hard to get crafting materials, but they could be maybe like an upgrade that's super rare and it's kind of randomly generated as far as the stat bonuses go. Who knows? There could be a lot of stuff that they do with this. This image could only be teasing the most basic thing, and that being variation as far as color goes, because that is obvious. But it could mean other things. It could mean upgrade crafting system. It could mean loot drops. It could mean a lot of things. But this is just my quick 10-minute thoughts for you. I was going to talk about some other stuff, but that's basically it. This is the rundown. This is my thoughts on it. I hope it's not just color variation. I hope it's an upgrade crafting system, because I think that needs a revamp. I think that would make for some awesome co-op experiences, going out, hunting these materials, going out, trying to craft things and help your friends craft things that they need, and being able to coordinate. And like, I'm the explorer and I've got all the explorer gear, and somebody's the fighter and they all have the fighter gear and the best multi-tool. I think having that system would be so cool. But hey, that's just speculation. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Waking Titans just getting really cool. We gotta wait for Element 3 to see what we're gonna get this time. I don't think it's going to be another player model. I think we're gonna get something actually different this time. So we'll see. But anyways, that is it for me. I apologize for the rambling, but this is just a conversation I've been wanting to have for a while as far as crafting, upgrading, loot system. I love that kind of stuff, that kind of progression in games, so it really like gets me going. But let me know if any of that is something you want to see in No Man's Sky. If not, let me know. Hey, let's have a discussion in the comments. What do you think this is? You think it's just variation in color? Let me know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up for me. Subscribe for more No Man's Sky news, content, daily coverage, all that stuff. My name has been JustJarrod. Until next time, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and peace out.